Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Bypassing a 403 error on Roblox typically involves understanding the reasons behind the error and applying appropriate solutions. A 403 error usually indicates that access to a resource is forbidden, often due to permissions or security settings. Understanding the 403 error. In Roblox, a 403 error can occur due to 1. Access restrictions. You may be trying to access a game or asset that you don't have permission to view. 2. Privacy settings. The game or asset may be set to private or restricted to certain users. 3. Content moderation. If your content is flagged or restricted, you might encounter this error. Solutions. While you typically cannot bypass a 403 error in a way that violates Roblox's terms of service, you can troubleshoot it. 1. Check permissions. Ensure that you have permission to access the resource. 2. Review privacy settings. Verify the privacy settings of the game or asset. 3. Contact support. If you believe this error is a mistake, reach out to Roblox support for assistance. Code example. If you are working with Roblox API and encounter a 403 error when trying to access a resource, you might use a try-catch block in Lua to handle the error gracefully. Conclusion. While it's important to respect Roblox's terms of service, understanding how to handle errors like a 403 can improve your game's stability. Always check permissions and settings before attempting to access resources. If you are not the owner of the resource, bypassing access restrictions is not advisable. Bypassing a 403 error in Roblox usually indicates that your request is forbidden due to permissions or access restrictions. This error often occurs when trying to access resources or APIs that you are not allowed to use. It's important to note that attempting to bypass security measures is against Roblox's terms of service and can lead to account termination. However, understanding the error and how to handle it can help you troubleshoot your scripts or game. Here's a brief tutorial on handling a 403 error effectively. Understanding error 403. Error 403, forbidden. This error means that the server understood the request but refuses to authorize it. This can happen for several reasons, such as incorrect API key or token, insufficient permissions for the user, attempting to access a resource that is not publicly available. Common scenarios and solutions. 1. Check API permissions. If you are using an external API, ensure that your API key is correct and has the necessary permissions. 2. User permissions. Ensure that your user has the necessary permissions to access the resource you are trying to reach. 3. Game settings. Check the game settings in Roblox Studio to ensure that the game is set to public or that your user has access to it. Code example. Here's a basic example of handling a 403 error in a Roblox script when making a web request. This example uses HTTP service to make a request and handle potential errors. Summary. Always check your permissions and API keys when facing a 403 error. Use pcall in Lua to safely handle errors in your scripts. Ensure your game settings allow the necessary access for your scripts to run correctly. Important note: bypassing security measures is against Roblox's terms of service. Always ensure you are following the guidelines and best practices when developing your games. If you encounter persistent issues, consider reaching out to Roblox support for assistance.